Quell'ombra fragile, vivi dentro di me, nitido candore, lacrima di pace, umile Signore, amore, sguardo che dà vita, scintillio di colori, tenerezza di madre, tutto il bene che c'è. Se mi fermo a guardare le pieghe del cuore, un tessuto prezioso, un ricamo d'autore, fiamma di un focolare, rosso d'alba nel mare, sinfonia delle onde che si infrangono eterne, cori di canzoni, melodie a quattro mani. Vivi dentro di me, nitido candore, lacrima di pace, umile Signore, amore, sguardo che dà vita.
Radio Kasamia is also with you today on Sunday the 4th of February 2018 with the microphones Salvatore, who thanks you for listening to this episode number 278. The day's run. And since yesterday, near the Mostra d'Oltremare there have been some foot races that took participants around the waterfront to the Castel dell'Ovo, from the San Carlo Theatre to Piazza del Plebiscito. And we run and take off in the villages, preparing for the carnival with allegorical floats, masks, confetti, fashion shows and lots of fun. At Città della Scienza, on the 11th there is a party with laboratories, scientific demonstrations. There will be inflatables, you can watch the flight of the balloons. The soap bubbles will not miss the waders and the jugglers, and the artistic makeup. There are workshops of carnival sculptures, painting on masks and facial expressions. And you also have fun with Napoli football. The Naples in the myth, stories and trophies never seen before, on display at Archaeological Museum of Naples. There are historical videos and films and historical images of the city and the team, all the trophies won by the Neapolitan team throughout its history. This morning who was in Piazza del Plebiscito, on the occasion of a Sunday of free museums, facing the Gambrinus, see many tourists waiting to enter inside the royal palace, and could enjoy free fogliatelle, baba, zeppole, pastiera and a giant mocha with hot coffee offered by Gran Cafe Gambrinus. And now I take a break, during which I also take a cup of coffee. See you later.
Melodie a quattro mani, vivi dentro di me, nitido candore, lacrima di pace, umile Signore, amore, sguardo che dà vita, scintillio di colori, tenerezza di madre, tutto il bene che c'è.
Well, I took a nice coffee, I corrected adding a bit of cocoa, and I feel better. According to a study, to increase productivity and concentration, the secret would be to add a bit of cocoa to coffee. This perfect marriage would also help to remove, if taken in the right doses, feelings of anxiety, fatigue and energy decline. To say it is a research by Clarkson University together with the University of Georgia. Cocoa increases the flow of blood into the brain areas, thus increasing concentration and attention. Caffeine alone can cause anxiety. Added to cocoa instead, these effects are reduced. Here, then, one good reason to drink coffee with cocoa, especially for students and anyone who needs to focus on their tasks.
Che si infrangono eterne, cori di canzoni, melodie a quattro mani, vivi dentro di me, nitido candore, lacrima di pace, umile Signore, amore, sguardo che dà vita, scintillio di colori, tenerezza di madre, tutto il bene che c'è.
The joy of the Lord is our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. His love I will deliver. God loves a cheerful giver. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Never let anyone come to you without leaving better and happier. Everyone should see goodness in your face, in your eyes, in your smile, in your life. The joy of the Lord is our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. His love that will deliver. God loves a cheerful giver. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Keep the joy of the loving God in your
And speaking of tasks, which are the tasks of the Christian? Perhaps you will tell me, go to Mass Sundays, fasting and abstinence in Holy Week, to this. But the first task of the Christian is take some time, every day, to listen to the word of Jesus and to look at Jesus. To look at Jesus, it manifests itself and invites us to look at it. And to look at Jesus purifies our eyes and prepares them for the vision of heaven. We see many things that are against Jesus, worldly things, things that do not dwell in the light of the soul. And so this light goes out slowly and we end up in the inner spiritual darkness of faith, a darkness because we are not used to look, to imagine the things of Jesus. However, there is always the Celestial Mother who can help us, right? Let us now listen to his last message to Mirjana on February 2nd, 2018.
His love that will deliver. God loves a cheerful giver. The joy of the Lord is our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. His love that will deliver. God loves a cheerful giver. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Is our strength.
Dear children, you whom my Son loves, you whom I love with an immeasurable motherly love, do not permit for selfishness, for self-love, to rule the world. Do not permit for love and goodness to be hidden. You who are loved, who have come to know the love of my Son, remember that to be loved means to love. My children, have faith. When you have faith you are happy and are spreading peace, your soul trembles with joy. My Son is in such a soul. When you are giving yourself for the faith, when you are giving yourself for love, when you are doing good to your neighbor, my Son smiles in your soul. Apostles of my love, I am turning to you as a mother. I am gathering you around myself and I desire to lead you on the way of love and faith, on the way which leads to the light of the world. I am here for the sake of love, for the sake of faith. Because with my motherly blessing I desire to give you hope and strength on your way, because the way which leads to my Son is not easy. It is full of renunciation, giving, sacrifice, forgiveness and much, much love. But this way leads to peace and happiness. My children, do not believe lying voices which speak to you about false things, false glitter. You, my children, return to the scripture. I am looking at you with immeasurable love, and through God's grace am making myself evident to you. My children, set out with me. May your soul tremble with joy. Thank you.
Mama, how I love the songs you sang to me on those endless nights in Egypt, far from home. Now I'd find a crown of stars from every galaxy. Mama, let me lead you to your throne. You battled with the dragons and the demons, the great sun in the sky with moon under your feet. Darkness feared the loving woman armored with the sun. You gave birth to light and saved the world with me. And your name, Mother Mary, has become a symphony. All the saints and angels sing.
In this message, you have noticed for 13 times the word love occurs. Our Lady wants with His love to draw us to Himself, so that through her, we go back to the love of her Son. We can be happy and at peace thanks to the love of Jesus and Mary. However, it must be remembered that being loved means loving, so renunciation is necessary, the gift of self-sacrifice, forgiveness, prayer and nourishment of the Holy Scriptures. Mother gives hope and force on our journey. She looks at us with immense love and tells us, my children, come with me, let your soul tremble with joy. And speaking of sacred scripture, we read Mark chapter 1 verses 29 to 39. He healed many who were suffering from various diseases.
And beside you for eternity. Mama, see your tears have turned to gold. Mama, all your grateful children want to offer you little roses as they pray the rosary. They are thankful for the love that you have brought them to. I am thankful that you led them close to me. And your name, Mother Mary, has become a symphony. All the saints and angels sing, Hallelujah, Queen of
The synagogue they went with James and John to the home of Simon and Andrew. Simon's mother-in-law was in bed with a fever, and they immediately told Jesus about her. So he went to her, took her hand, and helped her up. The fever left her, and she began to wait on them. That evening, after sunset, the people brought to Jesus all the sick and demon-possessed. The whole town gathered at the door, and Jesus healed many who had various diseases. He also drove out many demons, but he would not let the demons speak, because they knew who he was. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Simon and his companions went to look for him, and when they found him, they exclaimed, "Everyone is looking for you." Jesus replied, "Let us go somewhere else, to the nearby villages, so I can preach there also. That is why I've come." So he traveled throughout Galilee, preaching in their synagogues and driving out demons.